So good morning. I am a PhD candidate at NTNU, and I'm also the president for IAHR Scandinavia Young Professionals Network. I assume that many of you are familiar with the activity of IAHR, but perhaps not all of you have heard of its young professional networks. YPNs at IAHR are sub-chapters of IAHR formed by young professionals from the water field, be it engineers, scientists, or water experts, that gather together to network and boost their career development. IHR Young Professional Network is quite expanded already, with nearly 2,500 young professionals being part of nearly 50 different YPNs in more than 20 different countries. Now, when I first heard about IHR Young Professional Networks, I wanted to join one right away. But the truth is that, unfortunately, there was none in the north of Europe where I live. So I was encouraged to found one. And IAHR Scandinavia YPN was founded at the end of 2020 by a few of us. The executive committee is formed by representatives from NTNU, such as myself, the digital content manager, but also by some representatives from consulting companies, such as the vice president, who is from Flow Design Bureau, or the secretary who holds a position at Sweco. Now, we're also advised by senior experts who also ensure the continuity of the YPN. We're for now representatives from Norway, and our members are also coming from Norway, but we intend to expand to Scandinavian members. So we're actively recruiting members and volunteers from Denmark, Sweden, Finland, and Iceland too. Now, why did I want to join to begin with? Why was I so interested in YPN? Well, because I would be given the opportunity to network and to share experiences with other young professionals in my field. And I could perhaps get the chance to collaborate and even make friends across YPNs. And I could benefit from training and mentoring opportunities. If you are a YPN member, you become automatically an IHR member, which means you can actively participate in IHR technical committees, working groups, and even projects. And you will be regularly updated about research and professional opportunities that come across IHR. You might benefit from funding and travel grant opportunities to congresses, conferences, and events, and also you can take part in IHR events. And very importantly, you can apply for the IHR YPN award, which is only destined to YPN members, and you can join field and group trips. I find it very interesting that you can also receive membership benefits, such as, for example, free digital access to journals, magazines, and also proceedings, monographs, and books that IHR sponsors. And I think this is not as spectacular if you're already affiliated to university, or it depends on which university you come from, because you already have that access. But if you come from a consulting company or a small company, I think it's harder to get access to these things, or it can become quite expensive. So I find that very interesting. And if you're a young professional in the water field, most likely you'll be producing or generating content that you'll want to disseminate. So you'll end up taking part in IHR congresses that you can get reduced registration fees for. Now, IHR Scandinavia YPN has for goals to invite guest speakers with expertise on relevant and current topics in the IHR fields to present for our members. And we intend to organize social activities and network get-togethers for young professionals. Although so far we have members mainly from Norway, and for very few consulting companies, we intend to expand and include more partners across Scandinavia. And we also want to provide active support to Congress organizations, such as we're currently doing for the second IHR Young Professionals Congress, which will be held later this year. Now, it takes a lot of effort to found and make official or make solid an association like this one, but we have also had some time to start planning our events. Our first members biannual meeting will be coming soon, and our first webinar series called Career Flow has been already announced in our platforms. Career Flow will be a webinar in which we invite senior experts, such as engineers, to talk about and share their path and perspective along their careers and answer questions from young professionals. And we are also planning a webinar series called Scientific Speed Dating. You might be familiar with the speed dating concept, but we intend here to invite members from our own YPN and also from other YPNs to gather and pitch their research and to exchange and get feedback, which I think it will be very enriching. If you have any question, if you want to become a member or you want to be updated about our content and activities, you can contact us at our email address, contact@scandinaviaypn.com, and you can also read about our announcement activities on our platform on IAHR's website or on our LinkedIn page. We're currently building our own website domain. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, Adina. I have a question, actually. What are there any criteria for becoming a member, or are all welcome?
Yes, there are criteria. Whenever I say young professional, everyone gets a bit held back because it's like, what do you call young nowadays? Because we study for very long and we tend to work kind of late. We start working in more solid positions very late. If you want especially to do research, it takes quite a bit. So normally by the end of 30, you feel like, okay, I'm maybe not old, but I am new in the field. So IHR defines young as under 35, but we're being very inclusive. There's no official limit to that. So in IHR Scandinavia YPN, we're taking anyone that feels that needs networking and that has not been in the field for long, unless they want to advise us or contribute to events by speaking in them. So as long as you have an interest in IHR fields of research,